Welcome back to Kandi Unfiltered, where fun, faith, and a little bit of fire come together unfiltered.
This episode is brought to you by Pretties and Grace, a faith-based boutique offering high-quality home decor and gifts at prices for every budget. From stunning vases and greenery to statement seasonal pieces for every holiday, plus the sweetest gifts, they truly have it all. Pretties and Grace has 3 locations, their main store in the heart of downtown Benton, along with shops in Malvern and Fayetteville. You can also browse and shop online at prettiesandgrace.com. A huge thank you to Pretties and Grace for sponsoring this episode.
I'm your host, Katie Cox, and today I'm joined with 3 sisters. This is going to be an episode that you do not want to miss, for sure. They're already giggling. So today we are joined by Amy Clark, Carla Covert, and Kelly Mans, and they just opened the new wine night in Bryant, Arkansas. It opened this past weekend and they were filled to the rim there, correct?
It was great.
Yes. So they have wine and they have beer. What we're going to do tonight is we're going to talk about how this launched, how this vision came to pass. Talk a little bit about the wine night and what you can expect there. And I am sure that we're going to have a lot of laughs with these Italian ladies. Let me just tell you, this started, I'm just going to tell you before they start with their story. It started on 2016 as a night to come together on Tuesday nights and have wine together as sisters to support one another. And it's just a beautiful story. You're going to want to get your own glass of wine and snuggle in and hear everything that they have to say. I do want to introduce them as they have put out for themselves, though. Amy is the classic charmer who brings timeless flavor and truth with no apology.
It's not so true.
Not at all.
It's so me.
And then Carla is our veggie queen with a creative mind and a kind spirit. I've known Carla for a while and I could definitely attest to the kind spirit. And then Amy we got Kelly, who is sweet and salty soul, and I can see she brings balance and boldness. The ladies. And it's for asking us. Thank you. So I would like to know, as you know, I started off with this started in 2016. Amy, you were going through something in your life then. And the sisters came. The sisters came over and y'all started having wine together. So tell me a little bit about that.
It was a really difficult time, life's hard, relationship issues, and I just found myself alone with no one and needed something. I knew that I needed to call them. We had been just a small bit estranged in our relationship. And then time had passed and, so it just got further and further apart where we had seen each other. And I sat down in the middle of the floor by myself and I'm like, I need my sisters. I didn't even care about anything that happened in the past. And it was a little embarrassing for me to have to call, Card. I called her first and I'm like, I hate to admit this, but I'm at rock bottom and I need help.
Yeah.
And so she called Kelly, and the next thing I know, they show up with wine, and we cried. We reconnected. We rekindled that friendship, that relationship. They helped me through that awful time in my life, and it's every Tuesday night since then we have gotten together, and only not really haven't missed a lot of them, but
Yeah.
we've just gotten together and just talked about life and things that were going on. And there's been times when, we've disagree with each other about stuff, but
It's in here. Good session.
see, you laugh, we cry, we get grief each other. I mean, but it's a lot of tears. There's so nice, the laughter, and it's just the best friends I will ever have in the world, at least two.
Yeah. Well, that's really what sisterhood is all about, right? I mean, I have 4 daughters and 3 that are really grown, and you come together. You're not going to agree on it. Oh no. And there's that true saying is, how can you raise all of your kids under one roof with the same rules and they all turn out so different? Yes. And y'all have this most precious mom ever.
Yeah, she's the best.
Yes, she is. She is so sweet. I love her. But, you do think about that as a parent, about how they can turn out so differently and their paths go very different directions.
I think that, the one thing I will say, our mother raised us in a Christian home. We had that, foundation,
Yeah.
and it worked for us. We are all 3 very different.
Yeah.
But that foundation, and that was what I went back to, and that's why I was like, that's what made me want to call them, and I knew that when I did call them, I knew that they would come to me. I didn't wanna listen to the world and their opinion. I wanted a good, godly opinion of what I needed to do next, and I knew I would get it from them, and
I'm gonna get the real raw
we're gonna get yes, and that we give it to each other all the time. I always depend on that. I could always depend on them to do that.
Yeah. Isn't that what sisterhood, in a biological family and even sisterhood within our community should truly be about,
Yeah.
right? No, absolutely. About being able to depend on one another and come together and support one another and be truthful. And sometimes being truthful means that we're not going to hear everything that we,
Yes.
way here. We're not going to be petted all the time. Right? So tell me, Carla, about that night y'all coming together. What, because she reached out to you first. And so tell me, when you got that call, what was the first thing that came to your mind?
Well, I think no matter, I mean, it didn't really matter, like she said, it didn't really matter what had gone on before.
Right.
I mean, in that moment, I knew, in her honesty to even call, I knew that that was hard. So, because, I mean, you have to put aside your pride and, yeah, and go for what you know is needed. And so to me, at that moment, it wouldn't matter either. I mean, I just immediately called Kelly. I'm like, you got to go. We need to be there for her. So, and I don't know, really, to be honest, that we ever talked about for a while what had kept us estranged. We dealt with that later, but it was much later. It wasn't like we started our every Tuesdays, and it was like we picked back up where we had left off. Right. And then we dealt with that later. But we just knew that she was hurting, and the most important thing was to be there for her, no matter what.
Right. Right. And in doing that, when you guys came together, you started the one night. Um, what I know that there's been times of laughter, there's been times of tears, but what would you say would be one of the funniest stories that you guys what was a funny
I don't know. A funny, well, I you were just in there, and this isn't, no, did the ends in that? How does so?
no, no, that's the salted one down there.
I know.
There's so many from there I don't really want to share.
Well, one thing you can share.
Oh gosh, I mean, one of my some of my favorite wine nights were when we were in the kitchen and we were dancing.
Yeah, it was, yeah, as just eventually it's goofy.
Yeah.
And eventually, because we gathered together every Tuesday, then eventually it became that the kids would want to be there, and so that it was, one kid was like, "Hey, can I come?" And then the next one's like, "Hey, can I come?"
These were real strict in the beginning. I hated let anybody's out. Of course, the guys knew, not guys, it's just
But I say that because what it reminds me of is it started to turn into, like, we started doing TikToks, and whether they got posted or not,
it's just for us.
it was just fun. And we would be dancing and doing stupid
I
things.
think it was the fact that we could come together as 3 girls and then extend it to our family as well, like our kids and stuff. But like, and poor Macy, I have 2 daughters, and one of them lives in Bentonville, and she's the only girl among all the boys, and she's sassier and saltier than me. That, but I think it was just the fact that it was a safe place.
Yeah.
So we didn't have to go somewhere else and sit somewhere and be judged because we may be having a glass of wine, or we may get running out and get really loud because we are Italian and we all talk at the same time. And our kids can't get a word in edgewise most of the time when we are. But it was a safe place for us to be, and we could just be ourselves and not have any pressure of being something else that we didn't want to be.
Well, and also too, it was nice to have that relationship, because when things would get rough in the real world, and it'd be like, oh, Tuesday night, and we can get together, like, you're not going to believe what happened. Yeah, I don't know how to do. I'm not sure if I need to deal with this way, or what do y'all think about this? Like, it was just, we just took Tuesday nights and solved the world problems.
But we do it. Like, we're good at it. So I will say, I want to go back to that though, because there was one of my favorite nights. I'm so sorry.
That's gonna be like,
I'm so sorry though. One of my favorite nights is I'm nervous. On top of the kids coming,
It's not bad.
okay.
On top of the like kids coming every once in a while, well, then we would talk about it to our girlfriends, and they were, well, we want to come to wine night, and we're like, we don't really want anybody to come to wine. Like, it was, and so eventually we'd let a couple here and there come in, and but the funny one, we had one of my neighbors came in, and she rode.
Oh, no, I just remember now.
I remember she'd rode her scooter with her backpack and her bottle of wine.
I had the way, yeah,
All the way around was up, because it's just right ahead, just in our neighborhood. And Carla wanted to ride it back, and her nice new white pants ended up with ripped jeans.
it was not so much use. It was hurt on my yeah, yeah. If I'm being 100% honest, it was like the following week I went to work and I put those white pants on and I'm at work and I'm sitting there and I do like this. I'm like, where did I get a hole in my pants from? I'm like, oh, like they're too much. It's bro, the scooter. Yeah, you were. Say a lace. Say.
And we all need that. We all need that. I don't have sisters, but I do have my couple best friends, and we do something very similar. Not that it's very consistent, but just getting together. Like we, just recently got together, had a night on one of their back porches. No kids, no husbands, no interruptions, and just talking about what we're going through in life, because we really do deal with some hard things in life, and not everything is peachy.
And you have to have the community of your girlfriends, of your friends, and anybody. You have to have that. You have to have somebody to do life with.
Yes.
And
Yes.
we're blessed that we have sisters and that we can do that. And like you said, you don't have sisters, but you have friends that you can do life with. And that's so important.
It is. It is. We forget. I think we live in a world where isolation is so easy these days, and everyone sits behind a screen. We forget what coming together and having community is really all about, and being able to share our burdens, right, and bear that with one another, and support one another, and pray with one another.
Yes.
Laugh at and with. I know in my friend group, we do a lot of laughing.
We do laugh at each other. We tell each other we're just laughing with them. What I was really laughing at.
That's right. That's right. And, I just find in today's world, everything is so fast paced, and it's women so isolate. You've got marriage issues and child issues and work, where we are so consumed with work and social media that we forget to just stop and take time for community. And so, what transpired through all this, through all these years of you girls coming together to launch the one night? Went and invite other people.
Well, it's just, yeah, we just started, like every once in a while we invite a couple of each of us would have a friend come, and we have, one night there. And by doing that and continuing to do that, we realize this is needed. Like, this is what we need.
Well, I think we heard a lot from people that we would invite was, I wish I had this. It was me. We heard a lot of, I wish I had this.
Sweet, we do not take it for granted. When we were growing up, we hated each other. I mean, I pushed her down the hill.
So, what's the age difference between the three of you?
I'm 53.
Yeah, I just turned 50. I'll be 51 this year.
I just turned 48.
Okay.
So now for years.
Yeah, we have 2.5 between, and there's 6 between us.
But and then it kind of like, I thought, well, okay. let's do a ladies' night. So we planned this. Well, we also had remember that one Christmas party we had, right? And everybody, that was yuffie. That was fun. I had food catered in. We set the table, and it was just, we each had two friends apiece to come over, and then we just doted on them and just wanted them to feel loved. And then every once in a while, we would have a paint night. And I would say, hey, $35, we're going to go get the paint, do the thing. It was you bring a twist. You bring your friend, and yeah, I'll feed you. And we'd be painting the twist. And we would set the living room up and had little like easels everywhere and drink wine and laugh and talk. And
sometimes my trees didn't look like trees, buddy. Saying. I mean, my started out as my straight line. I've got it all is up. Yeah, no.
Maybe if I had a couple glasses of wine, I would do it.
And so too, Bill did. And so I finally just said, no, I'm done. I'm better at this than I.
And we actually have invited, of course, there's only two girls out of all our kids. So, but we have actually invited a couple guys here and there to sit in. Yes, no disrespect to the men out there, but I mean, and I know a lot of men have it hard, but it's just hard to be a woman in today's society.
Yeah.
It is the one thing that just drives me nuts is this is not a competition.
No.
Let me help you. I want to help you, and I'm going to need you to help me. And I don't care who you are, man or woman. We are all, because of our raising, we are all just servants. And that's what I want to do.
Yes.
Love people.
And I think it was just, there's a lot of conversation. Like I said, you have people saying that, hey, I wish I had that. And we just started a conversation of like, well, what would that look like? And yeah, started reaching we started bringing it to people's homes. Yeah, like we thought about, okay, well, what if we brought it to their home? Like we kind of brought the party,
Right.
And then that's when she started, well, let's just have like the paint parties. And we just thought through all kinds of processes. I mean, and we talked about wine night being an actual place to go for a while. It's just,
and when we started it, we're like, well, what are we going to call it? I mean, we're talking on the phone or texting her, like, you come to wine night,
and all our friends know, like, I was friends, right? Oh, it's Tuesday, he's going to wine night. I'm like, yeah, it's Tuesday. And so we're like talking, I'm like, don't ask me to do kickbacks.
One of the suggestions was, because I loved her, but one of the suggestions was like Amy's Wine House. I'm like, oh, that's kind of cute, cheesy, but her husband was like, duh, just call it wine night. I was like, oh yeah.
You're like, oh yeah, that makes total sense to be smart. Give me a little bit of crepus.
Yeah.
That's awesome. But I love the name, and I love because it really encompasses the vision of where it began. Right, it takes it home, and that's what community is about. Right, is about being home. So you guys are in Bryant. Tell us where in Bryant.
We are off of Highway 5. It's 6221. It's over there by Gassie's gas station. Am I saying that correct? I never know.
It's the new one.
And then there's there's inflatables, and actually, if you stop and think about it, it is actually the perfect day, evening, late afternoon outing for a mom, because there's an inflatable on the end. Yeah, there's a hair salon on the patio. And I'm just going to do some shout outs, but it's inflatables. And then there's a hair salon, Copper and Salt. Then there's the Angel Nail Studio where you get your nails done. And then there's a Serenity Vape Shop if you need to just take a smoke break. And then you can just end it at the wine night and that glass wine. And then go.
Maybe it's like it's all in the person. I'm just going to do real.
That's also what a great place. You thought that through, would I?
Like the inflatable people are probably like, please don't leave your kids there. You ever get there here by the time you get down to there?
We'll just be right down the. That's amazing. And so you guys talk to me. I looked at some pictures. I haven't been there. I can't wait to come. I know you guys just opened up on Friday, this past Friday, and you serve wine and beer, right? And now, do you do tap beer or is it?
Right now it's just canned bottles. Yeah. And we do have water and some little sodas, for the people that don't want to drink anything.
Okay.
And then we have charcuterie boards and little wine toppers, which I love. They're just little wooden things, and they sit on top of your glass, and it comes with a couple little snacks, and it's the perfect little piece of fruit, piece of chocolate, some meat and cheese, and some nuts, and you're good to go.
That's
So,
awesome. Yeah. And what a great way, like, for those of you that are thinking, date night, let's go outside of our girlfriend night and think about our date nights. That's a great way to either start the night or even end the evening. I got to Steve us some advice for an hour because I know when we go out, even with my girlfriends, or if it's us as couples, we'll go out and sometimes we'll like, well, let's go have a drink over here, to either start or either end the evening. So that's really nice. I
and
mean,
we do the charcuterie boards. It's like, there might be times when you're like, I don't want to go home and cook. I want to have a glass of wine. I'm just going to do a meat cheese tray or veggie tray, whatever. And I mean, and
that's my favorite meal. Yes. Okay. That's what we had.
I think we was able to get on night. Yeah, yes. And we each had our, certain things that were our favorite, which that's where the boards came from. And, yeah, we did it. I'm probably charcuterie boarded out for a while. So all I can think of right now is I really want a good steak. But anyway,
It's just how about a butter board?
I know how did that one of our friends suggested.
I take butter boards and they are so good. Oh my goodness. They're a great compliment to we might have to talk. Yeah, we might butter boards, but I love butter boards.
It's not overcomplicated. It's the simple things. And I know that it's not all about us, but this is where it all started.
Right.
But, we have staples that we love.
Mm-hmm.
We love hummus and we love one of our things is it's called creamy salsa and it's cream cheese and salsa. And I mean, I could do it with cream cheese and pecane sauce. She makes the best salsa in the world. But it's just I could sit there and eat that all night long. And then of course our favorite
Just range it's ranch. I mean, we always have veggie cream with sour cream and ranch. It has a few times. So each board has kind of something that's just important to us.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. We like it, and so we're trying it.
Yeah, so it may not be for everybody, but we just wanted to share a part of us and even in the food and the camaraderie and the drinking. So
Yeah. Yeah. So you brought a couple wines here today.
yes, these are two that we serve.
Okay. So you want to tell us about whatever, or which one would you like to start with?
Well, I'm dying to try this one. And I say, I just got this in. It's Jadot. It is by the bottle. It's a Pinot Noir. I'm the red, dry tree bark drinker. Now I did start my ex-sister-in-law. I started out, she was a big wine connoisseur, and she started me on white, and I worked my way up, and now I'm like, I love a dry white and a really dry red.
Yes, that's how I.
And I will be the first to admit I am not a wine professor.
Yeah.
We taste what we like, what we like, and that's what we bring.
Do you need these?
Yes, I can't reach this. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
So, watch this be the worst ever tasty. Don't make grass. Saga. Oh, it says it. Girl, the pours are on point now.
Yes, they are. Yeah, they are.
We had to practice that.
Red wine is my favorite. Of course, I like red and whites, and I'm not a blush drinker at all. I don't like sweet wine.
Yes. Oh no.
Yeah.
Same there.
Thank you. You're welcome.
That's good.
Does it?
Kind of like a Pinot or something. That's good.
Okay, I see. I use Jadot.
I might buy that bar when I come.
My purpose is very smooth. I like that. That was just really, that's exciting. Okay, I'm glad I
That they would know there.
And one of the things we did, because we're not wine professors, is we did like a flavor profile on each of the wines. For example, and it came in extremely handy the other. I don't know if I told you all this, but a friend of mine came to visit, and she's allergic to honey. And so she said, "What do you suggest?" I'm like, "Let me get this sheet." And we read through it, and she found a wine that she could drink. Now, she ended up Googling it later, and at the way down in the very tiny bottom, it had a.
So it'll kind of give you a flavor. It'll get you like, well, it's for kind of over to taste it that you're about to order. So kind of helps you guide it.
Yeah.
Yeah, my friend Karen, she gets real um, almost like allergic to like California wines.
Really? Wow, it's crazy. So we always have to sell out. I don't know other places.
Yeah, we always have to look to see if, the wine is from California or not.
Yeah, because you have a wide range. Because not yes from that. We got some that was there from
Bryant, or have Oregon, Washington. There's like Lynn. Yeah, where is this from? Because this is really nice.
I don't honestly know.
I don't know, honestly, because we just got it, didn't we?
yeah, right. We wasn't even served.
Yeah, it's like we didn't just got it. Okay.
Get out the glass.
Liza has to get out.
Yeah.
Mine says this is actually from France. Okay. Oh yeah,
Hello.
Oh, duh.
It's really nice.
Don't judge us out there. Like I said, I'm not a professor, but
it's not Jadot. It's Jados.
sorry. Yeah, we were that
Well,
one.
I mean, that is one of the truths. I mean, we love Dustin. It's not to say that we're professional wine connoisseurs. That you can literally had to sit down and be like, okay, now I have to say, how do you say this? Because we don't need to go and say just a thousand.
I have a wine dictionary that I bought years and years ago. So I had to
Keep my knee for that. But and like I know they tell you that it's not a winery. It's just a place to come and
What I tell you.
yes. Such the station is
Because if we said, first of all, we grew up in a musical home.
yes.
My mom, my dad, all of us, we sang when we were kids, all three together.
If you're from the Benton area, you know their mom.
So one of the things that I personally, and we talked about it too, have always said that you remember Denton's?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yes. You used to be able to go in the patio, sit on the patio, and listen to live music.
Yes.
We don't have that here. I mean, they're just we have like revival, yes. Dialogue. There's just not that's a lot.
yeah.
Or just want to go and just sit on a patio and hear live.
And Zach's my jam. I love it. I love it too. We always either go to Hot Springs,
Yes.
or we'll go to Little Market. So I'm really excited.
So it's like we just want a place for girlfriends, husband and wives, whatever it looks like, to come, hang out, chill out, and
Somebody else's living room.
Yeah. I see. I'm that scrumptious because she just a cozy vibe.
So yeah, I got the whole vibe going.
and you put some music in the background,
Yes.
and you can drink some wine.
Yes, you can.
I need some charcuterie boys.
Yes.
And I mean, there was one of the things that we had on Saturday. We had a group of ladies come in. Yeah, and it was a little slower on Saturday. That it was not quite as busy that it was on Friday.
Right.
And so we were able to kind of just observe and watch people. Of course, I love to people watch. Yes, and I love to talk to anybody. And I've always been told to shut up my entire house. Sure, that. But I don't ever meet a stranger. But it was we were able to just kind of observe, and I watched those ladies, and we all said they're having wine.
Yeah.
This is what we wanted. And so I actually went over to them, and I was like, I wanted to know how they knew each other, and they told me how they knew each other and how this was going to be their favorite spot, and they just wanted to come in, and I just wanted them to know that your experience wine night, like we had wine night.
I mean, it meant we just.
So I got choice just talking about it. Yes, you could just see because they're either interchanged. Like when they first came in, they're a couple of them were sitting on the couch, or one of them sitting in a chair, kind of like this situation.
Yeah.
And as they only had just a couple glasses of wine. I had one of them was a designated driver. All this stuff was already worked out. They had thought that process out, and they literally, as the night shifted, listening to music. This girl that was sitting in the chair was now across the table, and they were all leaned in, and you could just hear you laughing. Yeah, y'all would just see that's what we want. Yeah, that's what we want.
For the Friday night, the grand opening, there was there's like one high top place out on the patio, and I just asked the girls. There was like 6 of them, and I'm like, what are y'all? Are you celebrating anything? And she said, I'm celebrating. This is my first day of freedom. I'm divorced, and she's like, tell me your story, blah, blah. And I just gave her a little bit of that. And the next thing I know, she's crying. I'm choked up. The other girl on the end is hugging the other girl. And she goes, this is going to be our new place. This is what we needed. We came together because she needed our support. And I'm GP right now.
You're going to need to invest in some tissues.
Seriously, we're just going to put them on the tables.
Yeah.
It'd be just you with some cute little painting boxes to put the tissues in. Yeah. Get to go. Oh, actually.
Yeah. I mean, it goes all the way down to even the pictures on the wall. Yeah. Like, I know, most people don't know it, but we know the story about the picture, the sticker on the wall. And those were all precious moments, from really, really happy moments to ones where, we had gone through something very difficult and we were still out together trying to celebrate through the difficult time.
Yeah.
So each of those pictures tell a story for us that you don't even realize behind it.
Yeah, or you have any stories behind the pictures?
Oh, pictures are so amazing. When I turned 50, which was 4 years ago, uh, you look beautiful for.
Girl, I'm Linky. I'm gorgeous. You got it going on.
Yes, you do. So, when I turned 50, my friend, we love the show Friends, right? Yeah. So like our generation. Right. And so, I was actually going through a time where I was very ill and basically barely walking around on my deathbed at this time. And I thank God for pictures because they gave me all of these surprises, like between my kids and them. And had it not been for the pictures, I would not remember everything because I was losing blood so much and I was having to constantly go in for blood transfusions. And so my girls, they took me to hot springs and everything. Like I look back now and I go, I don't remember physically that moment. So I'm so thankful for the pictures. And not, when other people look at that, they don't know that you get completely out of the loop of what's going on. And I know that I had a good time. Yeah. We went to the best cafe or, about that. And then I remember they were giving me, I was so out of it. They were giving me, we walked in from the best cafe and everybody, had shirts. It's like the one where she turns 50 or, where, and, the whole t-shirt May. Oh, yeah. Everybody had that on. I had no idea I was walking into a Sophia's birthday. Oh, I said, after our, celebration at Best Cafe for brunch. And all of the food was themed food from Friends. Oh, I said, eat a half at Friends. Everything was decorated presents. They must start giving me my gifts. I got umbrella. I got all this stuff, and it was like in a trip, and like, guess where you're going? I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, I really could not put it together, right? But there's this place in Branson that is all friends. Yes, Johannes, we did. We did a friends photo shoot.
Oh, that's cool.
That is what that is. We said all it. It was so much fun. So, so I said spend a night, and then our two best friend couples that we went. So it was neighbor also the right. So we guess it's for now. So
I love that.
and thank God for pictures because I had a blast. But other people looking at that, they would not know that I was not really understanding the moment that I did. I did, but going forward, I didn't remember a lot of that. And so thankful for those pictures and thankful for times where we can look back at life. And it's kind of like journaling, right? Yeah, sure. Yeah, journal. Absolutely. You can see that they happy times that you celebrate and you can see the hard times in life and what the Lord did to get you through that. So absolutely gave you guys each other to get through life. Yeah, I know. And I'm sure that, God used whatever you were going through in that time in your life to bring you guys back to the place of what sisterhood is all about. My family is all about.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with that 1,000%. I became a different person. The house that I lived in, it ended up being the house that actually did build me.
Yeah, that's a picture. And that's actually it has a picture of a race down out sketch, and it's in the bar.
But I became a different person. I became a better version of me. I became just I've not been the same since. And I know that obviously I give all the glory to God for that, but going through that, and you said it one time better. I can't say it the way that it's supposed to be said, but basically, I I would just go through it all over again to get to where I am right now, to get to where we are right now.
Yeah.
It really was when I look at it now, and I wasn't saying it in the moment. I mean, I was mad, I was crying, I was cursing. I mean, everything. I was so just, but I would do that again to get to where I am
Yeah.
here today.
Yeah.
Because that I needed that I needed to go through that
Yeah.
to be better.
Yeah, we all do. We all do. And I can only imagine that since 2016, there's been other things in your lives, each one of you, where is so good that God used this to bring you guys together. Yes, right. You could walk through your lives together.
Had to rally around each other during those times, and it was just we just took care of each other when we needed it. And
Yeah. Yeah.
so
Yeah. It's so 2016, I lost my dad. April the 2nd. And you just talked about having a picture of your house is one of them.
That's an edit out. This is wine night, girl.
I know it's like on your best. But I was just thinking literally the other day, Amy, that when we moved into my childhood home, the realtor had what she did for all of her families back then was a sketch of the outside of the house. And my mom was a very quietful person. And when my dad passed away and she ended up having to sell the house, I wanted her to leave the picture there for the next people who buy the house. And she was not about that at all. And I was just thinking the other day, because I have that picture, about taking it. Because that picture tells a story. Yes, Society House was first built.
That house has heard everything.
Yes.
And yeah, it built everything
that's what it is, though. And that's what they did. They had someone sketch that for me.
Yeah.
And it's right up on top of the wine right.
Yes, that's where wine night started.
Yeah.
That was
And I thought about, what do I do with this? Like, that picture, like, it does mean so much to me because that was my childhood home. But wouldn't it mean more to the people who lived there to have that picture as uh, this is where it started, that home started, and now they're building their own stories, their own memories there. It's something that could be passed down. It's interesting that you mentioned that you have that.
Yeah, it's right on top of that. I love it. I go in. I know some people probably that people that don't know our story, they go in, they're like, what the heck? They got pictures of themselves. There's, whatever. They're so vain. You've seen some. But Kelly had a picture designed with the story of a smaller version of the story on it. And so I tell ladies, I'm like, hang on your way out. And I think I heard you telling some.
I do tell ladies. I said our story's on the wall. If you have a moment, you can go by and read it. This is what started wine night.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's so neat. I love that. I absolutely love that.
that's what heart happy.
Yeah. So we have another one. We have a white.
I like this one. This was easier. There's no cork. It's a allergy twisted. What I was gonna say earlier is, um, we want you to just be in our house. We're not a winery. I know that people are gonna be like, oh my gosh, she's holding a stemless glass and she's drinking red wine and you can't see it. And we got these guys. I like them.
Yeah.
and so are you a stem person or a stemless?
I like stemless.
See, she likes stemless. Yeah, well, I'm bougie, stemmed person.
I say, you know what? I think though, doesn't it go to like what the vibe is and what you're doing?
I think so, but if I'm 100% honest, no matter where I go,
I'm a stem.
I could go to camping and I'm probably gonna pack
My stem. I have an Aryan. I had this little bag that carries molasses in it.
Don't give her the wine in a solo cup because that is a Corona sim.
We don't do plastic and we don't do solo cups.
I don't do plastic on eating tree.
But there is an option of both. We have these. We pass channels hour beside you because sound too. It's probably so well.
And I'm sure, I think if I'm sitting around the dinner table or something like that, it's still, but if I'm like out on my pool,
Yes. 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 So we have our stemless that we use on the outside patio for people, and then we have our stems on the inside.
yeah,
She brought stem because she's like me. She was like, I don't.
I'm honestly surprised.
Yeah.
It's the only reason.
And
And so proud of the fact that Carla's actually drinking from the stemless, because we should take a picture, because
the truth.
she won't. Her and I don't drink stemless. I mean, and she's a stemless girl. So y'all, there you go.
Well, I do like this one too. This is from Napa, and this is a Fune Blanc. I like this one.
And this is what the scattered peak.
It's Scattered Peaks.
It's very clear.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I love white, but I'm not a Chardonnay.
I don't like Chardonnay.
Okay, so I'm not personally have never really cared for a Chardonnay, but I'm in California now, and so in wine country, like it is. So I really love a good Chardonnay. What I'm picking out is that there is definitely a difference in a really good Chardonnay, and it doesn't mean expensive.
Yeah.
But a good Chardonnay, it doesn't have a bite to it.
Right.
It doesn't always have to be buttery. Yes, a lot of Chardonnays are buttery. Right, still. There are some that are very smooth. Yeah, so yeah, I tried to tell you that the other night.
But yeah, and what is this again? What is this again? I mean, I forgot her camera.
It's Scattered Peaks. It's from Napa Valley, and it's a Fune Blanc. It's like a Sauvignon Blanc. It's very great.
Yes. Dairy. They usually mix theirs out there. Like a lot of their, it's not just strictly Sauvignon Blanc. They'll mix it with a Pinot Grigio. Yes, and then it kind of, so it's probably something that's mixed.
And we had to go visit, as it was just, yeah. That's where it was amazing. That's where that little tiny, on our opening night, we gave away a tiny order. And I don't even want to touch this because they served it to us.
I'm not going to lie. She told me that. I'm like,
And I'm like, okay.
I told her, I'm like, you're going to like it. I promise.
So I wanted to try because I wanted to get the whole experience.
Right.
Good. We need to call it something.
I don't go what I did. I called it Just Trust Us.
So with that's where both of they came out and visited me. And when they came out, I'm like, I have to make a Chicago, and I all about local stuff. So everything on it was local. I'm about local businesses.
Absolutely. Yes.
You're too. You know, I actually put this one together for her, and she was like, I don't think that's gonna go. I'm like, no, just trust me. You're gonna have to. And when she ate it, she took a bath stop. She sent it back to me, and I was like, she said, just trust me. Now I remember it, right?
I'll just trust me.
My bad.
That was we discussed that on a wine night.
I did. You know what? I might have had too much wine.
I thought this So it's a cube of watermelon, pepper jack cheese,
Okay.
salami, and just a drizzle of balsamic glaze. It really does. It's weird. The flavors in the mouth, it's insane.
That's like it's spicy. Well, it's just a very it's really good. And I'm all about, like you said, I can go home and eat crackers and cheese and meats and olives and pickles. I could make an entire meal off of that because I do it all the time. And that's so easy. And yeah, my system both. I mean, I love some cheese. And I've always said, I want to go to wine country, and I want to drink my way through wine country and eat cheese. And I want to go to Italy and drink my wine and eat my cheese. So I'm like, I love it. So
Yeah.
yeah.
And that's one thing we discussed this week. Yeah. It's that we're taking suggestions, and obviously we can't do everything everyone suggests.
Right.
But guess
What
what?
we really do with some escargot.
I never had that. Oh,
Yes, yeah, we did. Yes, we did.
remember we were on a cruise, and if you look over, we ate wine.
Let me tell you my story, because we're on a cruise and I was eating dinner and they said, oh, we're going to have escargot. And I'm thinking, it's a snail. Don't want it. I saw that in Pretty Woman, and that thing I shot across the room, and I don't want no part of that. No, I'm not going to do it. But it didn't look like that. I was smothered in some sauce and all the things. And I thought, oh, that looks wonderful. And we tried. Yeah, I mean, we were eating it on crackers and it was great. And then it flipped over and out of the sauce. She said, and I said, I'm out. I can't eat it. And my husband was like, Kelly, you've literally said and ate the entire thing. I said, nope, that does not look the same tonight. But anymore, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But now my taste buds are grown. I love oysters. I love all the things. So it's like, it's fine. I could eat it now.
That would be a race, isn't it? Great seafood.
Oh yeah.
I would agree. Absolutely 100%.
And one thing I have learned is that I love to experiment with the different flavors of the cheeses and the meats and all that.
I do use that. Like I eat
Because it makes
Yeah.
the wine taste different.
Yes, man, it does. Absolutely.
And I like to say, okay, I'm going to try this. And then I'm going to try this. I'm like, nope, I don't like it with that. It made it taste bitter or no, it tastes metally or something. But I love doing that. So we eventually want to add like just a cheese board.
Yeah.
Yeah, on cheese. But we've trying to just like, there's people who don't like to eat meat. There's people that
Which is great because I'm a vegetable board, so it's a vegetarian option, and I think that's great. So
And have to whip up a butter board.
So back to that butter, the sauce and like she just like
I should do something that I made really well. And one is more of your sweet, and that is real Italian. Oh,
okay, girl, you gonna have to bring us up. So
yes. We're going to have to do a.
So do you eat it with like a bread?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. I also you take a garlic clove and roast it.
You had me at garlic. Honey, IBC garlic. I love it.
I usually do like 2 garlic cloves roasted. One I use, like, I put the whole thing on there when it's roasted. It's kind of like, just as sensation. And then the other one I smush up and I put it within the butter. And I'm someone, really fond small olives and
Oh yeah, that sounds good.
I'm doing,
I'm like, yeah, I'm hungry.
sometimes.
You should have brought.
Then we are next twice. I tell you what's really good too is my friend Karen makes a really good the crust is pistachio with a it's the cheesecake, and we'll put a chocolate and raspberry vinaigrette, balsamic vinaigrette. Absolutely.
Oh,
Well, yes, you've not yet balsamic.
Vinaigrette over your cheesecake.
I've not, but I'm going to tonight.
It is,
Oh, just literally.
yes, husband's a chocolate just nicely drizzled over the cheesecake with that pistachio. So, why do I?
Does she sell those?
Hey, we got to add. Where's she at?
She's a therapist.
Oh, I need her number.
No, that's why I do my not. Why I said.
Okay. I need her to be my friend. You're like, I need to got some money right there, yeah.
That's probably nice. Right.
Well, that is amazing. I am so excited for you ladies. And so, one of the things I really want to make sure that our lady friends heard is that you guys have a patio.
Yes. Absolutely. Yeah, do not like to sit on a patio.
Girls, if
You can patty.
And like the last weekend or Friday was warm, but Saturday was beautiful. And it was so nice to sit out there. And I just kept walking out there and just like looking at everything. Because there was one night where everybody was gone before we opened. And I sat on the patio with a glass of wine by myself. And it was late at night. There wasn't a lot of, background noise. And it was just like,
Well, I think so. I mean, again, I think every piece of wine night, from furniture to pictures on the wall to the stem, not stem, there's so much of this that's a piece of us. Because wine night happened on the patio a lot too. And there were a lot of cries and laughter and all those things that happen on an outside patio with lights hanging. So the music, everything was thought out exactly how it's affected us and what was important to us, because we want it to be welcoming to.
Yeah, and I think even too, because I've had conversations with people in the midst of all of this going, that I don't really drink wine. I don't really know a lot about wine, which was me years ago. Like I started off drinking super Moscato. And do you have the Moscato? Yeah. I know, there ain't serious.
will be so excited.
I got this to the Moscato. No, I'm saying, like, I started off on that. Now, give me dry white, give me dry red. I love all the things, but it's And I know, like you say, we're not a winery, so we, maybe that's something we do in the future. I don't know if we'll do like a tasting. Not necessarily like a tasting, like, yeah, because there are a lot of people who don't know a lot about wine, and again, we don't.
Well, you're not. Your suppliers are very happy to buy that there's someone to.
So my thing is like, if you're scared of wine, that's fine.
Yeah.
Like, even my husband is not a wine drinker. He loves his beer. He likes his whiskey, all the things. But we went to California, we made a trip to California, and he tasted different wines. And he was like, oh, I really like that. And I said, see, I've been trying to tell you, if you just taste the different wines and find one you like, it'd be great. And we were even sitting there Saturday night, and he was there. He was a patron that night. Like, he was a paying person, And he said, let me try a glass of wine. And I said, okay. And so I kind of know a little bit of what he liked. And so I gave him, we sell one that's called Benvolio, and it's an Italian wine. So I love that one. Pinot Grigio, yes. It's amazing. And he tasted it, and he fell in love with it. And I think he ended up drinking like 3 glasses of wine. So I'm like, even the non-wine drinkers can become wine drinkers. It's just like, but it's is and water. Yeah, I mean, it is just about the experience. Wine nice is just an experience. That's not, it's coming and drinking it, and you don't have to drink wine. You don't have to drink the beer. It's just an experience of coming together and just being with each other.
Right.
Really, yeah.
So what nights are you all open? Like, what are y'all's hours?
Our hours are Tuesday through Thursday, 4 to 10, and then Friday and Saturday, 4 to 11.
Okay.
We're closed on Sunday and Monday, but I am, opening, trying to get out there. Like, if someone wants to have like a small reception or a girls' party on Sunday, I'll rent out to a private party, and we'll make sure that, we'll take care of everything, and all of that. So,
So you're available to talk for like private things, parties,
yes.
stuff. That's
I mean, not massive big parties, right? It's not a massive midnight, but yeah. And
Max out at capacity.
but and I just want to take a minute though, if I can, and
absolutely.
just there are so many people that have watched this, that have been a part since 2016, even I played a small part, that thank you is just not enough. I hate to sound cliche. Thank you is not enough. The support and the emotional support, like everything, it just blows my mind. And that night when I was sitting out there, I'm like, I can't even believe like we're even here. Like, this is crazy. But I love them. Like, I owe them a lot. I feel like I would have not reached out to them, that I don't know if I'd still be here. And I'm just very, very grateful.
It's just heavy.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
And it had since 2016, we've been through even more. We have all been through even more of that. And life is just heavy. And if you don't have to do it alone.
You don't. If you have no friends,
Yeah.
and you want to come in and sit at the bar and just, I'll talk to you.
Yeah.
You promise you, because I'm a bartender now. Add that to my resume.
You're sorry.
That's three. She really is a good bartender.
I didn't know I had it in me. Because
She can pour the wine with the best. Yes.
Yes. And on it, just a side note to that, because I mean, you said that what's been very cool for me to stand back and kind of watch is that, each of our kids have all different personalities too. They're all very different.
Yeah.
Some are definitely behind the scene people. They're not going to be your people that are out there talking. But this past weekend, they all stepped up and picked up a role, and just so he's out of their comfort zone. Some, like she said, she's a bartender, like totally out of their comfort zone, and just see them just
Questions asked. Right.
yeah, I mean, they just did such, and even in that, like, I think that's just a testament to the fact that it's important to have people around you that love and care about you. And not everybody may have the same family unit, But I don't think that it has to be a family.
It just doesn't. Family stuff always is family. It's not just blood. We'll be your family. We'll be your family.
Absolutely.
I love it. I love to love on the cashier. I will speak to everybody. I will because I just you never know what someone's story is.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and to piggyback off of that, and this kind of I don't know, I went to a ladies retreat and through with Carla, and we've both been through it. It was our what was it called? My journey of faith. She's right, and the first one I ever went to was talking about stories. Like everybody has a story, and it was that moment and those moments that said it helped me look at people differently.
Yeah.
I mean, my parents raised us to love people. We love people.
Yeah.
We don't love you for how much money you have. We don't love you because we came from Riley.
Right.
So we love people genuinely. And it made me open my eyes more to the fact that that person may be that way because there's a story there and there's something
Right.
that that person is the way they are because there's something there. And so
They've walked through
they've
something
walked
difficult.
yes or yeah. And so it's like I look at people differently now
Yeah.
because of that. And so that's helped me. And so it's like that person sitting at the bar by himself just may need somebody.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Well, you two probably, I don't know that you all know what I do in my day job, but I actually have a ministry and I have an adoption agency. And so I work with women that are in crisis. And that's what I do. I spend all day, every day with women who are facing very difficult trials in life. And sometimes people have a very different view of what a birth mother is. Someone who's making a plan of adoption for their child. And I work with a lot of women with prostitution and addiction and things like that. And some of the hardest women that I have worked with has the Lord has used to teach me how to love them most. Yeah. You know, Yeah, I think, the women who feel so unlovable, those are the ones that the Lord really draws me to, especially when you start hearing their stories and how they got to where they are and how they were raised and what all has transpired in their life to put them in the place where they are today. And one of the stories is with a lady that her mom started prostituting her out in a very young age. And I mean, just horrific things that she went through. And when I've done a couple adoptions with her, and actually one adoption that I did, I ended up having to have her prosecuted. And that was tough, but it was out of love for her. And she knew that.
Yeah.
She knew that.
Yeah.
And even today, and I started working with her in 2005 was the first time that I worked with her. And even last week, she called asking me for something for one of her daughter's babies that she needed help with. We have this relationship where and she always says, "I love you, Candy. Please pray for me," because she knows I genuinely love her and I'm going to pray for her.
Yes.
And hearing her story and her sister's story, it would really make the hair on the back of your neck stand up what they have endured in life. But what is so cool is that the Lord gave me the ability to minister to her, and she's nowhere what she was back again. Right? The Lord has changed her. And the Lord used that and just sitting down and hearing people's stories, right? And being, the person that we are supposed to be and not judging someone, but hearing their heart because we all have something that we're going through. And I just sit there with some of the moms and the ladies that I work with, and I go, Oh, but if it weren't for the grace of God.
Right, absolutely.
We're not for the grace of God.
And sometimes you just need to get it out. Like,
Right.
they don't have anybody to talk about it. And just getting it out and talking about it is healing in its own.
Yes.
Yeah, I think people don't always need to hear what our opinion is.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think people need to just sometimes sit and listen
Yes.
because people just want to be heard.
Yeah.
You don't have to agree with them,
Right.
and you don't even have to like the decisions they're making, but they just want somebody to listen to them,
Yes.
and you don't need to necessarily tell them what you think is wrong about it.
Right.
Crying. Sometimes it's just, holding their hand while they're talking and crying and putting our arm, just being like, I'm here for you, whatever you need, I'm here for you. And like she said, just listen.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
And
just,
that is what one night has been. And it's just progressed into kids coming and friends coming. And it's our friends say, "Hell yeah, yeah."
Right. We need community. Yeah. Yeah. What a great, I'm so excited. I can't wait to go around our friends and come. And we would have been there this last week, but we were having our own one. Because this girl has been going through some things personally, and we needed to have a back porch. Absolutely. Of tears. And I'm not one that I cry with everybody. But I just needed a time of my girl. You said your people, right? I needed my visual people. Yeah, and so I'm really excited about bringing my people to one night, and that becoming one of our favorite spots as well. That's we did that. Well, I would love, we have many women that range from those in business, and starting a business is hard. Run on a business is what I'm doing. We can make it right. So, um, but just starting a business and maybe talking to that woman who feels alone in the world, who doesn't feel like she has someone that she can talk to. I get so discouraged when I go on social media. Yes. And seeing how catty women can be to one another and how it's hard. It is. And just how we can jump to conclusions so quickly and put our opinions out so quickly when really that's not what we need to do. We need to love one another and support. We as women, we to cheer one another on. Some of us call it competition. It's about cheering one another on, and I want to help you be the best that you can be. Right?
Right.
I want you to excel because when you excel, we all excel. So that's you with me. Yeah. Why do we want to see women fail? We should not, let's just not be that way. Fail. We want to see women excel. We have a great community here in Saline County of business and women. Yes. Which I think is amazing. Yeah, so many incredible business women here in South Carolines. And that really excites me. But speak to that woman that maybe is feeling alone and maybe feels like she doesn't have anyone to come be beside her. And then, Kelly, maybe you could speak to uh, uh, the woman who um, needs to just gather her friends and come for one night. And Amy, see, I can't even look at you. I feel like flow people to me that before too. I'd like for you to speak to that woman who feels like the lost sheep that needs to go back home. You go first.
Um, I would say I think we live in a world right now where there's a lot of opinions, and there's a lot of people that want to make sure that you think the way that they think and that you believe the way that they believe. And I'm not saying that's right or wrong. It's not about that. But I think we forget that you can disagree with somebody and still love somebody. And I think that's what we're missing. And so for us and for what wine night is, again, You don't have to drink a glass of wine. You can drink a glass of, you can have a Sprite, you can have a water. I mean, we just want it to be a place where you're welcome.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter who you are, what you believe, what you look like, where you've come from. It's a safe place.
Yes.
Because I think today, like I said, I think we just live in a world where people tend to hide. You have two people. You have people that are going to hide because they don't have they don't feel safe enough to be able to express what they're going through, how they're feeling, what they're dealing with, because there's so many people that want to say, oh, but, and you should. And so, I would say, it takes courage to step out and go to a restaurant, whether it be by yourself or with friends. But for us, Wine Night's a place where you can do that. And we're going to welcome you, and we're going to laugh with you, and may even cry with you if you're willing to share. Um, I think that's the most important. I think we need to remember that you can disagree with somebody and you can still be kind and love somebody.
Yes. I think for me, I need people. Yes. And I love to be around people. And you may be experiencing something in life. You may not be comfortable yet to really the ones that are close to you obviously will know that, but you may just not be ready to share that or share it in its entirety. But we would encourage you to come and just be there and experience what Wine Night was for us and what it is for us, and just be around people who just genuinely love, because I feel like we live in such a dark world where love is being lost and it's needed. And there are people out there that need people. And so grab your friend, grab your sister, grab your husband, grab whoever it is, or just don't grab anybody and just come in and sit and be with us and be with them and just have a great time and just be. Like, Wine Night for me and for them, it's just, I just want to be.
So I just want to say real quick, because of what you just said, in a world that we've lost, love. I mean, that sounds so cliche, but it's just the reality that we live in today.
Yeah.
I think we're attaching I love you to you agreeing with me. I love you to you're doing what I think is right. I love you to, and, not to get preachy, but the reality is that if you're a Christ follower, and I'm not saying a Christian because I think that's a title sometimes that gets miscued in social media and out in the news, but if you're a Christ follower, then you know what unconditional love is.
Absolutely.
And again, I don't I think in today's world, and I'm just going to be blunt, I think in today's world, if Jesus was walking around, I believe, and I know some people might think differently, and that's perfectly okay. I still love them. I think Jesus would walk into the wine bar. Now, I'm not saying he's going to have a glass of wine, but I think he would walk in there. I think he would be sitting, he'd go into a restaurant and he would sit at the bar, because he's going to go to the places, and I'm not saying it's a restaurant or a wine bar, but he's going to go to the places, the pool hall. He's going to go to the places where people are going and they need people. They're sitting alone. They're by themselves. They're hurting. Whatever those environments are, that's where he would be.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he's going to have a beer or wine, but he's going to be present in that. So I just would say that, that's the problem. We're attaching love to conditions. And as a Christ follower, that's not what it's about.
Well, and I think it's because people have skewed, like you said, what love is.
Yeah.
And love means that you agree with me, and it's not others for that.
And people put expectations on.
Yes.
And I don't want people to feel, and I know I say we, because we all very much feel the same.
Yeah.
We don't want expectations on people. I don't expect you to come in and look a certain way. I don't expect you to come in and have a certain amount of money. Like,
I would look.
I don't want that. I want everybody in every walk of life to be able to come in with their friend or by themselves and just experience wine night and let us experience it with you. I mean, that's just what it is. It's an experience.
Well, Carla, as a Christ follower, we are to show the love
Yeah.
of Christ in all situations, right? And we're to be the light bearer in this world. And I believe that Jesus would go to those that are hurting. We don't leave people astray, right? We go and um, I had someone who lives their life very differently than what I would choose and we would call sin, right? Uh, but this person, waitress, sat down with me one day and told me that she so appreciated that I showed genuine kindness and love towards her. I always had her wait on me when she worked at the restaurant. She's no longer there, but when I would go, she was always my waitress, and I would ask her, "How's your day going?" Yes. Talk to me, I was and really invested in her life to hear because that's really how we spread the gospel. Absolutely. Is we invest in PS life. And so when I would go, she'd sit down, we'd have a conversation. She was doing things that I don't agree with. However, in that, I was able to just show her love and show her kindness and be a person because I want to show her that this is what being Christ-like is all about. This is what true religion sounds like. Yes, right, right, right. And that's what we need to be towards one another. Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I I just want to have just real talk. And I'm talking to the woman um who allows uh their partner to define them to I want you to know that you are a strong, beautiful person and you will get through this and you don't have to do it on your own. And when you get to the point where you just feel like there is nothing left, you need to reach out to someone and let them walk through that with you. Don't let your past define you. Don't let someone else define you. Be your own strong woman. And if you don't have anybody else out there that can help you or talk to, come to wine night. Come find me, and I will sit down and I will have a glass of wine with you off the clock.
How much she's gonna let us drink on the clock? That and that's not, you're not allowed to do that.
But I will be that person for you. I come see me because we should not have to do this on our own. You don't have to do this on your own, and I'm glad I didn't.
Right.
I'm glad I had them.
I'm so glad that the Lord humbled your heart to call Henry.
Girl, I'm just stubborn, and I'm not perfect either. I'm not
Nervous are.
I'm not the best Christian. I don't want anybody to think that at all. I'm just who I am. I'm real, but that was, yes,
Yeah.
me as well.
Yeah.
God didn't let us here to do life alone.
No, we did not. No.
He did put people on this earth to do life with.
Yes.
And if you don't feel like you have somebody, you really do.
Yeah.
Go to wine night.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Ladies, it has been so wonderful. This has been fun. That's so fun. This has been so fun. I love hearing the story and I love hearing your hearts. And I want to encourage you to find your people. Find your people that you can be real with. And I would encourage you to come visit Wine Night in Bryant if you're in the area. If you're not in the area, travel. Oh, when do we have music? When do we have live music?
Friday and Saturday.
Right, Saturday and Saturday night on the patio. I mean, I'm there.
Yeah, it's
I'm
great.
there. Yeah, and we're headed into fall.
That'd be perfect. I will say this: we don't have TVs for football, but that's not what I want.
Yes,
So bring them as kind of to your partner. They can put their phone on.
like,
That's where you butt in.
and there's lots of great businesses that offer that.
Yes. All over the
Both sides of love ours. That's how there's plenty of great business owners in both Bryant and Denton.
yes.
There's enough to share the wealth.
Fact that the husbands could drop off the walk.
They'll wash their game and we all can sit on the patio and enjoy the vibes.
Going down with that. But come visit these ladies at wine night in Bryant. And if you don't take anything else from us today, take the fact that you are not put here to do life alone. God has created you with a purpose, and He has put people in your path, regardless if right now you feel like it or not. He's put people around you. And if you feel lonely, if you feel alone in this world, there are women that are willing to walk the path with you. They're willing to pray with you, and they're willing to laugh and cry with you. We're going to have tissue.
Noted. I made a note. We're getting tissues.
She and tissue. And come join us. Beautiful wine, and you can get stemmed or unstemmed, but this lady would love to host you. Until next time, thank you for joining us here tonight with Kandi Unfiltered.
This episode is brought to you by Pretties and Grace, a faith-based boutique offering high-quality home decor and gifts at prices for every budget. From stunning vases and greenery to statement seasonal pieces for every holiday, plus the sweetest gifts, they truly have it all. Pretties and Grace has 3 locations, their main store in the heart of downtown Benton, along with shops in Malvern and Fayetteville. You can also browse and shop online at prettiesandgrace.com. A huge thank you to Pretties and Grace for sponsoring this episode.